Hello everybody, it's DrexRage back for another video, and today I'm going to be doing some Arma 3. So what I'm going to be showing off today is a bunch of mods that I've found because I'm pretty fond of messing around with the mods myself, and I'm pretty fond of air vehicles. So without further ado, I'm going to just go into the virtual arsenal because that's where I'm going to go to show off a few weapons that I've downloaded, and I'll also show off the vehicles before putting them into a real situation, or not even a real situation, just putting them on the real map. So first things first, we've got our character here, and I'm going to go in here, and first mod that I have is an AUG mod. So with the AUGs, you've got all of them here. If you want to take a quicker look, you can, or a better look, you can look here. Just pause the video and take a look. But I'm going to be showing a little bit of what the mod, or why I enjoy the mod. So I'm a fan of the AUG assault rifle, and for some of them you can attach different attachments, and others don't have as many attachment options. So if I go into try now, I can shoot at the mannequins. So as you guys can see, that's got some substantial damage to it. Now, personally, I wish more servers used this mod because the person who made it did a really good job with it. Like, sometimes you have mods in Arma where the guns just don't fire right, they don't have good animation. But I feel like this one definitely, the person who made the mod knew what they were doing. My only issue is when you lie down, you have back issues. But that's something you can just fight through. So that's the first AUG I'm showing off, and that's the AUG SR carbine. So I've got two variants of each of them. So I've got the black and the OD green. So then you've got the AUG H-bar, which is, I believe it's a sniper rifle variant of the AUG. So what I'll do for that is I'll throw, just to be awesome here, I'll put that on. So I'll throw a nice scope on there. I'll pull the sniper barrel off, or not the sniper barrel, the suppressor off, and I'll try it out. So this is, I believe, just a sight from the Marksman DLC. So if I'm correct here, which I should be, I feel like the H-bar is sniper variant, but the H-bar can also be LMG variant. There we go. Now I'm not super accurate, so as you can see, I'm missing a lot. Oh, that might also be because I am 0 to 500 meters. That's about 300. This is probably about 400, I'd say. No, 300? No. That can't be 500. Oh, that is 500. So the difference between this one and the other ones is, since it's a sniper variant, it has not got automatic, so I have to fire this one semi-auto. Which doesn't demean from the power, it just means a little bit harder to work with. Now, my next AUG that I'll show is, oh, I've got even more H-bars. So the H-bar comes in not only black OD, it has tan as well. So now I have the AUG SR, and just so you guys know, I am working through this with you. I haven't tried out all of these yet. So I believe this is back to the, oh no, this is not back to the not back to the automatic. So this is This is a sniper rifle variant of the AUG, or a longer ranged variant of the AUG. But what it has on it is the regular barrel, so it doesn't have a long barrel. So it's pretty much a compact sniper rifle. And something else that I don't know if you guys have just noticed, but if I look here at the mag, every time I fire, mag gets emptied, which is another cool feature of this mod. My apologies if anybody is having sound issues, because this, I would say, is a very loud mod. So I'm back, I'm on, here's the next. So this is a more compact AUG variant, which personally I would like to put a suppressor on. And yeah, as you guys can see, mod's pretty good with the weapons itself. Oh, and as you guys can also see, the bullets fly so fast that they hit the end of the map. So yeah, this is just a compressed compact AUG, which I really enjoy. Like this is what I would use in close quarters. Oh, and this is another thing that I really like about all the AUGs, is the basic sight on the AUG has 2 visual modes, so I can go aiming down sight, or I can aim down the iron sight on the top. But this one's back to fully automatic. So I'm pretty impressed by this mod myself. I will give the name when I go back out to the menu, or I'll give the name, or maybe I've already given the name. I'll see. If I haven't already said, I'll maybe put an annotation or something. But we get into these other ones. Now we get back to the carbines, and the carbines are basically just like the normal assault rifle versions. Oh, and I'll just go through afterwards to show off damages and whatnot. So the carbine version, this one looks basically like what you would believe the AUG to look like. This is what the AUG most commonly looks like in most anything, because this is the carbine version, and games will use the carbine. I don't know why the carbine version is not fully automatic, but that's fine. It still has that nice punch to it. That's why I really enjoy these weapons. Like, look at that. It'll one-tap people. That almost one-tapped a person while I was shooting at them. Well, they had no armor, but even then, it almost one-tapped a person, and the only reason it didn't is because I hit them in a gun. And another thing is, this thing's got some genuinely good penetration on it, because it fires, I believe, a bigger round. So if I shoot here, but I guess Arma doesn't have very good penetration. I don't know how it's going to fare against cover. No, it doesn't go through cover. But I'm almost guaranteeing, yeah. So, AUG carbine's really nice because it'll disperse. It will destroy not weapons. It'll destroy wheels on vehicles that aren't treaded. I'm not sure what it'll do to the rest of the vehicle. Okay, so as you guys can see, they don't do a very good job of penetrating, and they're all, I believe, a 5.56mm cartridge. I can look at that. Then you've got the AUG 9mm, and the 9mm AUGs I really enjoy the look of, because they're basically just, well, they're the AUG, but made smaller for a 9mm cartridge, giving them a little bit more versatility, because the AUG platform, as you guys can see, the gun is basically the exact same thing. It's just got a modification to take on different mags. And still, even with a 9mm, at least in Arma, it one-taps. So I've seen this AUG variant on, or not this AUG variant, but these AUGs on many servers that are modded, because they're just such versatile weapons that most people will use an AUG if they get the chance. I guess that one, yep, that's another 9mm. Then you got the carbines again. I believe that this carbine this one is back to fully automatic. And my only issue with the AUGs, when it comes to an online server or something, is if you are not using a suppressor, it will tear through the air. Like, it'll sound mean, but also giving every enemy your position. Because I believe if I went here and I take here MX65, this is the standard NATO assault rifle of the video game. So it's got a very different sound, but it's not as explosive a sound, in my opinion. And this one, it has, I believe it fires a bigger round, and I think it's taking, yeah, it's taking one of the chests still. But this one, its issue is at range, you're gonna get a bit more of a knockoff of your damage, or you're not gonna have a very easy time hitting. Yeah, and we've got those bullet arcs there. I've got that going. So, to get off this, because that's not what I'm trying to show off today, there's... where was I? Oh, here I am. I'm at... I think I got through all of the AUG A1s. I believe I did. So, then there's the AUG A2, which is basically... it's got all the same variants that are pretty nice. Still got the H-bars and all that. AUG A2 is a little bit stronger. And then, when you get into the AUG A3, you get the fun stuff. Because all the AUG A3s have attachment rails, and they've got pretty decent range, pretty decent fire rate. Like that guy down there. Here, I'll show off what it can do at range, because I believe from what I've done with these AUGs in the past, I believe they do a pretty substantial amount at range. As you see there, I was just putting a couple of grenades on. So zoom that in. Now this AUG A3 here that I've got, it's got a grenade launcher on it, so I can't put anything better in the way of stabilization, and that guy just came in the way. Oh, what range is that? Oh, I need to be amped up to like 500 meters for that. 600? 500, I believe. There. So, that was 2 shots on the guy. Put him down. 1 in the head, 1 in the body, and every time the body goes orange, that means I've hit at least once. That's gonna be a little bit annoying. So depending on where you hit somebody, it can do more or less damage. And this is also kind of just a walkthrough of Arma's damage mechanics. So it's very well separated in Arma between if you're damaging head, body, all that fun stuff. So then you get same thing, and you get to the normal ones. And the normal ones, I personally, any server that's got the AUG A3 like this, I really enjoy playing on, because as you guys can see here, I can lay it out like that, I can lay it out very tactically, I can lay it out as like a marksman rifle by putting a sight on it. Like, I can lay it out however I want. And for testing purposes here, I'm going to just put it back to a sort of mid-ranged version of the AUG. So here I'll just crouch around, and like the other ones, very powerful, very effective. And it's not that bad in close range either, because some guns in Arma fall short. Some guns in Arma fall short when it comes to close range. And again, like the other ones, the mag's really cool. So for a lower fire rate gun, especially in Arma, this is a very, very effective weapon. I'm going to go back out into the menu so that I can show you what the mod is that I'm using. Just after I see how quickly this gun makes work of these guys here. Okay, so that's my last thing about the AUG. Is great gun, really, really enjoy it, but the recoil is a little bit crazy. But if you fire correctly, you can control the recoil pretty well. Oh, and also, as you guys can see, probably, those red lines, that's my range. So the AUG is by far one of the most accurate at range guns. Actually, I don't even know if it's very accurate. I just know it has a pretty high range. It comes in all the colors and whatnot. So I think that gave me new mags. So if I shoot straight at the wall, and you're over here, it arcs very quickly, but until it arcs, it has a pretty incredible range to it. I won't know if I'm hitting that guy, because I don't know if the bullets are making it there. Oh no, the bullets. So I guess at range you need the right sight, but then it's basically one of the most accurate guns I have used in Arma to date. Lastly, any AUG that is in this mod, sadly they do not change fire rate or fire mode. So I'll take this AUG, fire it fully automatic, but that doesn't mean that any of the other AUGs will fire fully automatic. Just this one. Or not just this one, but anyone that fires automatic will fire automatic, and automatic only. Anyone that fires semi-automatic will only fire semi-automatic. So I'll show you guys here quickly before I go just how crazy the recoil is, and this is me not even fighting it. So you'll be pretty straight up in the air when you're firing, but at the same time, it is controllable, as you'll see here. So at range, still a bit of a nightmare to control, but up close, you can get the job done with minimal recoil compensation. So I'll go back out in the menu and show you what the mod I'm using is and what I need for it. And then that'll be it for this video, or for this part of the video. I'm not sure if I'm going to include everything together or render it separately and put it up as separate videos. But either way, I think what I'm going to move on to next is the air vehicles. And I think I'm probably going to go with the flanker and then the flanker and vehicle actions and lights, and I'll show you guys those together because actually I'll show you guys the F8, the FA-18s and the flanker and the vehicle actions because it's a bunch of smaller mods. It's not as big as the AUGs or the USAF. The USAF is a really big mod, but it's also a really good one. So here, this is what I've been using. So I need community-based add-ons to run most mods. So if you're ever going to try and mod on Arma 3, you want to have CBA mod. Then you need for the AUGs, you need the HLC core and the HLC AUG pack. They're very fun mods to work with. I've used them on many servers, and they just, well, as you've seen, the AUGs pretty much tear through things. And that's going to be it for this segment of the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next segment, whether it's in like 3 seconds where I do another intro, or whether it's a new video altogether. But either way, see you in the next one.